Think Luka and Kyrie can take their team all the way this year? We're breaking it all down and seeing if they've got a full package to snag that NBA title. Smash that subscribe button and hang with us on Sports Frenzy TV. This is gonna be epic. So this dynamic duo wrapped up the season on fire, and you can bet that's gonna carry over to the playoffs. But can Luka and Kyrie really take this squad all the way to the championship? Let's dive into it. You know, we often put a lot of weight on the stars of the show, expecting them to pull off some magic when it counts. And hey, it's happened before, like with Dame Time or when Kyrie sank that legendary shot in Cleveland's big win against the Warriors. But let's be real, no team wins solo. To snatch the championship title, you gotta have a solid crew backing you up, especially when it comes to defense. So during the season, Luka Doncic was putting on a show, dropping MVP-worthy performances left and right. But even with all that, Dallas still couldn't secure enough wins. Why? Well, their defense was pretty lackluster. And that's what I'm getting at here, folks. Remember, this is just the video where we are breaking down the teams with the best shot at taking home the NBA crown. So if you're digging this content, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. Now let's talk about my opinion on this team. Looking back at past seasons, you can't deny Luka's talent. I mean, the guy's gonna go down as one of the all-time greats, no doubt. But here's the thing, basketball's a team sport. In the 2022 playoffs, they made it to the conference finals against the Warriors, but they just didn't have the squad to back Luka up. Their defense was porous and it couldn't hold back the Warriors' offense. Still, Luka put up some insane numbers, showing that with the right team around him, he's got what it takes to go all the way. So let's talk about Kyrie's entrance into the scene. It came with a ton of hype, but honestly, it didn't quite live up to expectations right off the bat. But hey, fast forward to now, and this duo is clicking like never before. Their recent games in the regular season were straight up electric, showcasing some top-tier basketball. Now, with Luka's playoff prowess from 2022 and Kyrie in the mix, it's natural to feel a surge of hope, right? Absolutely. But here's the kicker. There's more to it than just Kyrie. Dallas isn't just about offense anymore. They've seriously stepped up their defense game, and that's what they've been itching to talk about. Defense has always been their Achilles heel in recent years, but as we wrap up this season, it's crystal clear that Dallas has leveled up defensively. Apart from a couple of recent losses, they've shown some serious improvement. For a team that used to have everyone doubting their defensive chops, they're looking pretty darn competitive now, primed and ready for playoff action. So yeah, the video's all about Luka and Kyrie, but let's switch gears for a sec. We all know these guys are beasts on the court, no doubt about it. But here's the thing, if the defense steps up big time during the playoffs, you better believe Luka and Kyrie won't disappoint on the offensive end. If this squad locks it down on D, they could seriously shake things up in the playoffs. I mean, just think about it. Dallas's offense has been firing on all cylinders, with Luka and Kyrie putting on a spectacle in game after game. But why aren't they sitting pretty in the standings? Well, it boils down to their defense. While their offense has been holding it down, their D has been a bit shaky. But check this out. In the last stretch of games, Dallas came out swinging. They snagged 12 wins out of their last 15, catapulting them from the play-in stage to a solid 5th place in the standings, locking in their playoff spot. So why the sudden surge? Simple. Their offense, led by none other than Luka Doncic, dropping nearly 34 points per game, was doing its thing all along. But their defense? Yeah, that needed some work. And guess what? They stepped up big time in those last 15 games, clinching those wins and setting themselves up for a playoff run. So here's the deal. I'm feeling pretty optimistic about this team's chances to surprise everyone. Dallas's defense has really stepped it up, and they've got some unsung heroes making a big impact. I'm talking about guys like Tim Hardaway Jr., Derek Lively, PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, Derrick Jones Jr., and a few others. Derek Lively's been swatting shots left and right, averaging 1.4 blocks per game. PJ Washington's been hitting the boards hard, pulling down an average of 6.2 rebounds per game. And check this out, Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively have been absolute beasts on the glass, each grabbing nearly 7 rebounds per game. Plus, Gafford's been a defensive force, averaging close to 2 blocks per game. Oh, and let's not forget about PJ Washington, who's been sneaky with the steals, snagging 1.2 per game. Now, some of these guys aren't even logging as many minutes as Luka and the crew, but they're still making a huge impact. That's the kind of depth that could really make a difference come playoff time. So imagine if Dallas keeps up their defensive streak from the last 15 games into the playoffs. They're gonna be a force to be reckoned with. I'm talking about a seriously competitive squad that'll give any opponent a run for their money. And their first matchup? It's gonna be against the Clippers, a team that finished just one spot ahead of Dallas. Now, these Clippers aren't messing around. They've had a killer season and they've got some heavy hitters like James Harden, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, and more. It's gonna be a real test for Dallas's defense, no doubt about it. But if they can pull off a win against the Clippers in the first round, they're gonna be sitting pretty as one of the top contenders. I mean, the Clippers are considered by many to be favorites for the title, so knocking them out would definitely turn some heads. Let's not overlook James Harden's game-changing abilities here. The guy can flip the script in a heartbeat with his knack for setting up his teammates and pulling off big plays. He's definitely gonna put Dallas's defense to the test. But hey, we can't sleep on either side in this matchup. Remember what happened last season when the Bucks got taken out by the Miami Heat, who clawed their way into the playoffs through the play-in stage? Anything can happen in the playoffs, and Dallas is gearing up for a serious challenge. With their slick offensive plays and beefed-up defense, they're ready to throw a wrench in the plans of some heavy hitters. Now let's be real, it's gonna be tough. We're talking about the cream of the crop in basketball here. Denver, Bucks, Boston, Knicks, OKC Thunder. But don't count out Dallas just yet. I mean, they straight up dominated the Phoenix Suns in Game 7, leaving no doubt about their championship ambitions. Before we wrap up, let's consider this. With Luka and Kyrie firing on all cylinders and a newly solidified defense, Dallas might just defy expectations. However, they're up against tough competition and will need more than just their star duo to truly contend for the title. It's all about how well they can maintain their late season momentum and step up when it matters most. So what's your take on it? Do you think Luka and the gang have what it takes to go all the way? Or are they still missing a piece of the puzzle? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and stay tuned for more videos. Catch you later!